Now this first part that I want you guys to do with this, you guys should already know what to do. And if you don't, I'm going to kind of give you a brief explanation and give you guys a chance to do it on your own. What would you get if you were to plug in 2 to this? What would you get? Do you guys know how to do that? Okay, if you're plugging in 2 right here, that means you're going to plug in the 2 into that x, you're going to plug the 2 into that x, and you're going to plug the 2 into that x. And then get your answer. Okay, let me give you guys a chance to do that, and let's see if you guys do it right. Now, whenever you plug numbers into a function, I like to just take the variables out and put parentheses in the place of the variables. Then you can just throw in the number that you're plugging in. You can plug 2 in there, 2 in there, 2 in there. Okay? And then, what do you do next? So when you think of the order of operations, what's the next thing you do? Exponents. You do the exponents next. So that 2 stays the same, but now this 2 right here raised to the 3rd power, that gives us 8 plus 11. And then this 2 raised to the 3rd power, or 2nd power, is 4. This one doesn't change. I'm writing extra stuff because, I want you guys to understand this. Making sure. Then we have 2 times 8, that'll be 16 plus 44 plus, what is that? 36 plus 9. Okay, when I add all these up, it's 16 plus 44. That'll give me 50, 60. So this is 60 right here. 60 plus 36, that's going to be 96. 96 plus 9, that's going to give me 105. So you guys got? I should also write this. This is my answer. F of 2 equals 105. What this says is, for the f function, if I plug a 2 into it, I'm going to get this for my answer. That's what that notation is implying. The f of x, that's the same as y. So instead of saying the x-axis and the y-axis, you could say the f of x-axis. Whatever numbers are on this axis, those are your results after you plug in the x. We like it when it's written in function notation because everything is solved for. You know what the independent variable is. Independent variable is x in this case, but it's good to know the different way to write it. So you should have gotten 105. Now the fundamental theorem of algebra says that if you use synthetic division and you plug in a 2, your remainder will be 105. So what does that look like? Well, let's set up the synthetic division. First we have 2, then we have 11, 18, and 9. In the box office, we put the 2. Instead of plugging it into all this stuff, having to use the square, like the exponents and all that stuff, here I'm going to do synthetic division, and whatever my remainder is, which is after the last, when I do the last number, that remainder should be 105. Okay, so I bring down the 2. 2 times, so there's my 2. 2 times 2, I go this times this, that'll give me this number right here. What is that number going to be? 4. And so then I take the 4 and I add it to the 11. So I 11 plus 4, that'll give me 15. And then I go 15 times 2, that'll give me this number. That's 30. And what's 30 plus 18? That's 48. Now I'm going to take 48, multiply that by the 2, and that's going to give me that. So what is that going to be? Yeah, 96. So 96 right there. Now I go 96 plus 9. What does that give me? 105. That's honestly, if you have some kind of soul inside you, that's pretty sick right there. Come on, that is crazy. I didn't have to use any exponents or anything like that. I get the same answer. That's crazy. So could I take? Now I had a great question just now. They said, why is that 2 right there? That's a positive 2. How come that's not a negative 2? Remember, because you always think the opposite. You guys know that? Well, the reason why this is a positive 2, and I'm not changing it, is because the 2 is not in a polynomial. It's not saying, we're not dividing here. If we were dividing, if like we were saying x plus 2, and we're trying to divide that from this guy right here, then we would plug in a negative 2. But that's not what we're doing right here. We're just taking a number that we're plugging into the function and doing synthetic division with it to find our answer. Now, which one would you rather do? Would you rather do the synthetic division, or would you rather plug it in?
I mean, either one.
If this problem was in your assignment, it would look more like they would write the, they'd write the f of x. They'd go f of x equals 2x to the third plus 11x squared plus 18x plus 9. Then at the end, they put a semicolon, and then they would put 2. So you're going to take this, plug it into that guy, see what you get. Now you can plug it in and do this, or you can do synthetic division, whichever one you like. And quite honestly, I'd expect to see a bunch of this, because that looks a lot nicer than having to plug in and worry about exponents and stuff. Alright, let me give you guys time to work.